Hi, everyone. I am Honor, and you are at the Honor It All Wellness Workshop. I'm so excited because we're going to be together for 5 days and we're going to cover it all. Like, we are going to cover today, we're covering mindset because mindset is key to everything. We want to create a vision, and it needs to come from a place of where you want to go, from inspiration, from positivity, from a high vibration. I do not want you to play small. So we are definitely going to dive in, do some great things. Now, feel free to put anything in the chat that you would like. Um, I may not be, it's hard for me to talk and to look at all the comments at the same time. But what I want to do, I want this to be interactive, whether you're watching this live or watching it on the replay. And I guess most people will be watching it on the replay because I can't figure out how to go live through Facebook. I've done it before, but I think it's a little finicky and sometimes it doesn't work. So I'm going to ask you some questions and I want your feedback because consider this is a class, and at the end of class, I'm going to go back and I'm going to answer everyone's questions. I'm going to look at your comments. I want your feedback. I want to know if I went in one direction and you're wanting to go in another direction. I want to know, because the reason I'm here is to serve you and to give you the information that you need to make the best choices about your life. So just to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to cover all week. So, if there's some days you can't make it or you can, or, I really want to see that. So I'm going to make sure I see the recording, because the recordings will be up for about 10 days. And after that, they're going to go away because I'm eventually going to make this a mini course and it will be something that I sell. But I want to offer it to as many people that are are excited and want to learn this information. So get your paper and pen out and take notes so and you don't forget. And really just, it's going to be different for everyone. Everyone's going to take something different. Just whatever resonates with you, write it down. Everything I say doesn't mean that you need to run out and do that thing, because everybody's an individual and we all have individual needs, passions, all of that. So today, Monday, it is about creating a vision and having the right mindset and how to get there. Tuesday, we're going to talk all about nutrition, what to eat, what not to eat. What does anti-inflammatory mean? What is a chronic illness? Why are we even getting these? Why is it so different today? It's so confusing. How to read the back of a label. Why marketing is so, just tainted, because we are being tricked into thinking things are healthy and they're really not. And there's some simple tricks to know whether or not they're healthy or not. And believe me, they're just really smart and trying to trick us. And it's okay. If we learn a couple things, it'll be great. And then on Wednesday, day 3, we're going to talk about movement. And of course, movement is exercise, and we all need to work out and exercise, but it's not just exercise. I'm also going to include meditation and breath work, that kind, and stillness. Even though it seems like that's not movement, you're doing a lot of movement with your breath and with your body. And so we're going to cover all of it, from every spectrum to sprinting and hit training to meditation and Zen and hypnosis and all that stuff. So that's great. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk about toxic consequences and really basically lifestyle. What is your lifestyle? What do you want to live? And that's going to really feed off that vision that you decide on, because if you want to create that vision and that is your destination of where you want to go, you need to really look at your life and go, am I living how I would if I were already there? What would I be doing? How would I be acting? What would my life look like? And am I taking those steps to get there where I want to be? And then day 5, Well, we're talking about self-care, but we're going to wrap everything up, and we're going to talk really about sum up what we talked about, and then really dive deep into why we need to take care of ourselves, and why taking care of ourselves is the best thing you can do for everyone around you and yourself. And then we will have a bonus day. Well, I will do questions and answers. Come to me about anything. We can break it down and get into meal planning, or what are what does it look like for you to have a schedule to get to where you want to go, because we're going to create that, and we'll have some homework every day. It's going to be really simple and something that you can have fun with. And for the most engaged people and the people that show up, and you don't have to show up live as much as I would love for you to, as long as you show up and you watch the recordings and you comment and you do the homework and you post that. So I know that that me coming here and doing this is actually adding value to someone's life, and that you're really getting something out of it, because I want to do it if I know that it's helping people. So before I go into all about mindset, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I am 55 years old. I have 4 beautiful children and a wonderful husband. My youngest is 19. She goes to UNC Chapel Hill. And then I also have a daughter that is 21 who just finished the University of South Carolina. She's a fourth grade teacher in South Carolina. My daughter Honor works for an advertising agency in Nashville. And my oldest son is 26, and he just started a job as a 6th grade teacher at the Success Academy in New York City, and he's there with his fiance. So I've been married for 28 years, I think. It's been a long time. And my husband and I have moved, we've in our family have moved 13 times in 26 years. So I'm pretty good at transition and, you know, dealing with change, and you looking at change with a positive attitude and seeing the silver lining and the positive things about having to pick up and move every few years. So that's a little bit about me, but we're here for the wellness workshop, right? So what does wellness mean to you? That's what I want to know. I want to know, what does wellness mean to you? Because it could mean anything. Is it your health? Is it your habits? Is it your lifestyle, your relationships, your purpose? What is it going to mean for you to be super well and the healthiest that you've ever been? What's on your mind right now? What is, that thing that's just kind of burning inside of you, that just keeps gnawing on you, that you're like, I really care about this and I want to do something more with it. And all of those things are important, those little nudges, because how you do one thing in life is usually how you do everything. Everything is affected. And so if there's something suffering, I always say your health is your wealth, because if you don't feel good and you're not taking care of yourself, everything is affected. Your business is affected. Your relationships are affected. Um, your family is definitely affected. If you don't feel good in your own skin and your daughter asks you to go swimming and you're self-conscious because you feel like you're overweight and you don't like the way you look, and or you're just overweight and tired, that you physically can't do it, you're missing out on life, right? So this is not just, oh, I need to lose weight and I want to look good. This is about your quality of life. How do you want your life? We've only got one life to live. So let's make the most of it and make it beautiful. So, first things first, we are going to create a vision. And I don't want you to think small, or go ahead. I want everybody to get a piece of paper out, write down on the piece of paper, what's a vision that you would like to see yourself beginning in the next 5 days, but maybe you don't complete it. Maybe it's your goal for 3 months out or 6 months out, but something that you want so badly, that excites you, that gets you up in the morning, that's motivating to you. And so, what I mean by that is when you create a vision, putting down, oh, I just want to have the energy to like go to work and work out a little bit, or I just want to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds, or I've been really working on my business and I wish I had more clients. That is not what I want you to do. I want you to dream big. I mean, huge, bigger than you think you can do, because why not? And I want you to write it down. And I'm giving you permission to think as crazy as you want, things that you don't ever, I mean, it could be, I want to own my own island, whatever. It doesn't matter. I want you to think big. I give you permission to do that. I want you to write it down. And the reason I want you to write it down is because when you think it and ink it, it's crazy. It's like 60% greater chance that your goals and your dreams and everything that you write down will be met. Writing things down is powerful. It's this brain body kind of connection of your thoughts, your intellect, and then bringing it into the world on a piece of paper. And that's just the start of the manifesting of what you really want to create. It makes it more permanent. It makes it so it's not just this thought floating out there, in the universe with no one else knows about. So it matters to write things down. So today's about mindset. And why is it so important? Because if you want to be a success in life, and I think we all do, we all want to succeed at something. We feel like we want to do better in the world. It's going to be extremely difficult to succeed and be successful if you don't have the right perspective. And so what I'm going to challenge everybody is that you need to learn to love yourself now. You may feel like you're 20 pounds heavy and you don't like yourself right now, or you want to lose weight. First of all, you cannot change a body you hate. You cannot change a problem. You can't be motivated and inspired and hate yourself at the same time. So I ask you this question, and let's get real. Are you trying to lose weight or get healthy or whatever because you're shaming yourself? You don't like yourself. You're doing it as a punishment. I can't eat. I've got to do healthy because I just can't stand the way I look right now. You will never have success that way. You need to come from a place of, I love myself so much. I'm so grateful and so thankful for my body, and that I can get up and that I can walk, I can talk, I can be with people, I can go places. That from a place of that gratitude and love for yourself, that's how you want to go and make the right choices on food and make the right choices to work out and do those things that are going to make massive shifts in your life and changes. So write down in the comments for me if you are here today and you're coming from a place of, I love myself and I'm going to do this because I deserve to take care of myself. Or are you coming from a place of desperation and I'm punishing myself and I've got to do this? Because if you come from that, it will never work. I always tell people when I have new clients, I'm like, I want to work with people that are ready. Because if you're not ready, you're the only one. I mean, getting a coach, having accountability, all of those things are amazing. But you have to be committed. And my question is, and I love this quote, somebody asked, there's a difference. Are you interested or are you committed? Two totally different things. Interested people, they check it out. They might try it, they'll learn something. Committed people succeed. Committed people win. Committed people do the things that the other people don't want to do. And that's where we need to shift our perspective. And so we need to uncover two things in order to create that vision that you want, in order to get to where we want to go. And only you can decide what you're here working on today. And I'm happy to help you with it. You can DM me, you can message me, call me, and I or get on a free coaching call, and I will help you kind of get you in the right direction. But hopefully through these 5 days, you're going to get a lot of direction and you're going to get a lot of clarity. So the two things we have to uncover before we get our vision, well, we need or make anything shifts in our mindset. We have to determine where we are right now and where we want to go. And I know that sounds really silly and so elementary, but it's like a GPS. If you have a GPS, you have to, and you want to get somewhere in life and in your day, in your car, you have to have two pieces of information. You need to know where you are and you need to know where you want to go. It's the only way the map will work. And so people are like, well, what does it matter where I am right now? I don't like where I am. Yeah, but we have to get honest with where we are. So, where are you right now? And then even if you're in a place that you don't like, let's kind of shift that mindset and go, you know what, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. If you're overweight or if you just you're struggling in your job or whatever it is, you're exactly where you're supposed to be because life has brought you to this point and it's all about learning. And when you can shift that mindset from just think about this and take this, instead of life happening to you, it's happening for you. And if life is happening for you, then there's a question in everything that happens. Wonder why that happened. What can I learn from that? How can I use this situation and make it something positive? Usually your mess is your message. So if something terrible has happened to you in your life, work through it, write it down, get those feelings out, start making steps to what you do want. And then all of a sudden, you're helping people that had the same issue that you had. That was a gift that you are now giving other people and helping them get through whatever it is that you're getting through. And I say that too because I think I've struggled all my life with really, I guess, obsessed about am I in good enough shape, or am I smart enough, or am I this or am I that? Always striving to learn more, to do more, to whatever. And finally realizing that I just needed to do what I enjoy doing because that's where I'm going to succeed. And so I spent a lot of time in my childhood struggling with food issues, and I was never diagnosed with an actual eating disorder. But anytime that you're focused on something that's not healthy all the time, then it's pretty much a disorder. So now I have such a healthy approach to it. And so I can share my experience and I can help other people really get to where they want to go and kind of avoid some of the pitfalls that I did. I mean, that's the beauty of working with someone, whether it's just a friend and your accountability partner, or whether you hire someone, having that accountability piece and then also being able to talk to them and relate with them is is just amazing. So where are you right now? And this is a beautiful exercise because it's all about self awareness and being honest with yourself. I think so often we try to stuff our emotions down because we want to have a good face and a good front, and we're actually trying to trick ourselves. Oh, this job is fine. I should be so happy that I have this job, or I should be so happy that I have this relationship. I just need to be thankful and grateful. I don't need more. I think that's one of the biggest fallacies of you shouldn't want more, because everyone thinks, well, I thought for a while, I'm a mom, I have 4 kids, and I have so many people to take care of. It doesn't matter what I do, all that stuff. My needs didn't matter. And now I realize that it really matters. It matters because I'm on this earth for a reason. And if I don't use my gifts and share my story and relate with other people, I'm kind of robbing people of 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 my gifts. And I think God gave us talents and gifts and abilities for us to use them for good. And so that's what I'm trying to do and what I want to encourage all of you to do with whatever it is. And it's all about making small steps. So let's get really honest with yourself. Aware. Are you really aware? Those of you who are here for losing weight, because we're talking about nutrition and sleep, and most of this is all about health. Because I feel like if you got your health, you got everything. Are you really aware of what you're eating? And I think we know, oh, all I ate today was this, or all I ate today was that. But if you wrote it down, you'd be surprised, because so many times I grab just a big handful of something and then I'm like, oh, wait, I don't want to write that down. And I really don't need those chocolate morsels or whatever it is. That's something you probably wouldn't want to write down. So I encourage you, whether you get the MyFitnessPal, I have an app called My Net Diary. And so every now and then I will write down everything I eat. And I may only do it for like a week. You do not have to do it forever. And I think that's why so many people go, I don't want to do a diet plan. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, because they feel like, oh, but I'm going to have to do it forever. And that's when you need to start asking yourself questions. Why do you feel that way? That's a lie. Ask yourself. Our minds tell ourselves lies all the time. So we want to take the first step in the right direction. We want to see where we are so we can become effective and start taking steps from where we are, not where we think we are, where we truly are. And we may look at things right now and go, this is not where I want to be, but I want to tell you that you can manifest something great. And the reason why is because you're a great manifester. We all are. What your life looks like right now, this is kind of sobering. You manifested by the things that you did the last few months, the last few years, whatever. It has created what you currently live in. But the good news, the great news is if you can manifest something you don't really like, and that was probably because of your unconscious mind, you're letting your unconscious mind, which is just a tape of past things in your head, you just keep living the same way every day. But if you decide to use your frontal cortex and decide to be intentional and use your conscious mind about what you want, and that's why that practice of creating a vision board. I want to challenge you, if you guys want to do a vision board, that is very powerful. Cutting out different things that kind of represent where you want your life to go. And I have one. I'll post it in our group, so that way, if anybody wants an idea, So that's going to be part of your homework. So, just creating what you want, whether it's health or a slim body, or you want to reverse, chronic illness, you can do it, but you have to do it with intention. And that's what the cool thing is, um, we have been creating a life. Most people go around, I would say 99% of the world goes around and they don't realize that they're creating their life because they're actually doing it subconsciously and not paying attention. And they're just basically like feathers in the wind. They're just going with whatever comes their way. But that's when they get that mentality of blame and blaming other people and not taking responsibility, because you always have an excuse. And I don't want that for you guys. Everything you do, every choice you make, every habit is created, it's manifested, it's your current reality. So if you don't like where you are right now, you can change it to something else, but we have to get really intentional and really positive. And that's how you're going to get the results you want. So take 100% responsibility for your life, your choices, your health. Then you'll be able to do something about it. Then it's the possibilities are endless. But if you keep blaming reason or making excuses about why you can't do something, it will never change. And the number one way to gain more confidence and be better in life and every decision in your life is keep the promises you make to yourself. Keep the promises you make to yourself. So I want to hear in the chat, how many of you tell yourself every day or every week, I'm going to start this week, I'm going to exercise every day, and then you don't? Well, no wonder you have no self-esteem, is because you are breaking all the promises you keep, making to yourself. So stop doing that. If you want to do something, maybe it's just a small step. Maybe you're maybe you are making yourself and giving yourself too much to do at once, and you need to take small steps in that direction. So we're going to go from manifesting sickness and overweight and inflammation and all that stuff to manifesting health and wealth. That's exciting, because that means you're taking your power back and you're not blaming anyone. So let's create that vision. And the vision is the big picture. But they're not the steps we're going to take yet. So don't get confused. We want to do a huge vision, and then we're going to take small steps to reach that goal. So allow yourself, take 5 minutes. I'm going to pause the video. I want you to take time to create that vision. What do you want to start 5 days from now or today? What do you want 3 months to look like? What do you want 6 months or a year to look like? Where do you want to be? And I want you to get specific. And what I mean by that is not, I just want to lose weight, or I just want to be healthier, or I just want to get into that dress. I want you to get specific and write down, I want to be on a beach, on a vacation with my family or with my husband. I want to be in that sexy red dress. I can smell the flowers. I can taste the strawberries. I want you to use every sense you have and put it into that vision, because when you include all the senses and emotion to anything you're creating in your mind, it is so powerful. That's why past experiences haunt you, is because the emotion and the senses were so strong when that event happened that your mind keeps going back to it. So we want to look forward and start creating those experiences that haven't even happened yet. because just with the thought of it puts them in motion. So let's take 5 minutes and do that. And think about this. Your vision is your macro vision. It's how it's thinking of something that's almost impossible and getting very detailed about every sense that's part of it. And then your micro plan is going to be all the steps that we're going to take. They're going to get your confidence up, and you're going to start seeing results, and you're going to transform your life. It's a combination of the two. So that if you don't finish that right now, you can do that tonight, creating your vision, or we're going to have homework, and the homework is going to be creating a vision board. So you can either put it in pictures, you can do a short audio of 30 seconds to a minute or two, and you can tell me your vision. So you can do it on video, you can do it with pictures, or you can just write it. So all I want for day one homework is I want you to really get clear on what it is you want. And it's not what your parents want, not what your husband wants or your wife or spouse or partner wants, not what your children want or what you think they want you to want. It's what you want. It may be something you've never even thought about before. And so when we're talking about mindset, I want you not to beat up on yourself, because here's some facts about the brain. Your brain is wired to protect you. So all of these negative thoughts, I like to call it, some people call it monkey mind. I call it critter brain, negative self-talk, self-sabotage, whatever you want to call it. It's those voices in our head that tell us every day we're not good enough. You can't do that. That's too hard. Someone else is going to do it better. You're not going to make the team. Whatever it is. I shouldn't do it. That is just your brain, because it's wired to keep you safe. But what you need to do is, just because you think a thought does not make it true. So I don't know why we do this, but every time we think something, we think because we thought it, it must be true. Well, it's not necessarily. So that's why we need to question. And it's such a powerful thing to do, to question your thoughts, because not only is it powerful because it's just better for your own self-awareness, but it actually makes your brain work differently and create different neural pathways. Because right now it's in your subconscious, it's defaulting. No, that's not familiar. That's scary. No, or that happened before and it was a really bad thing. No, it's just a file cabinet in the back of your brain going, no, that's not safe. No, that was a bad deal and this looks the same, so let's not try that. All of it has no feelings. It's just a mechanism that is playing over like a tape recorder, and most people, it's ruling their life. When we can get intentional and just ask questions, our brain actually goes to work trying to figure out what the answers are. So it's just like, and this is simple. There's a really, really hard math problem. Let's just say this is an example, a really hard math problem. And you're like, there's no way, like it's physics or something. I cannot do that. There is no way I can do this. But if you can pivot that perspective and go, I wonder how I could try to figure this out. I wonder how this might work. Then your brain goes to work trying to figure it out. But when you say there's no way, when you tell your brain there's no way, they're like, okay, I won't even try. That's the easy way out. They're always going to take the easiest and the safest way. So we have to train our brain to ask questions, to get curious, to do those things. Because, and so we can actually biohack our brain and trick our own brain, because the funny thing about the brain is that it doesn't know the difference between what is real and what's imagined. And what I mean by that is, say you have a nightmare, and you have this nightmare and it feels so real, and you wake up and your heart's beating fast, you're sweating, you're perspiring, and your body just had a physiological reaction to something that was completely made up. So that's the power of our thoughts and our imagination and our brain, to where if we can put that in motion for what we do want and use it to create that life that we want, create that success. I mean, you're going to have the most effects, the biggest results that you've ever had in your life. And so remember that what you fix our mind on, it grows. So if we decide we want to create something and we focus on it, our brains will go to work hard. So know that if you're feeling regret and resentment about something and you want to blame someone for something, you're living in the past. You're stuck in the past, and you're probably going to continue to live the same life you've been living. Things are not going to change. But and if you have a lot of fear and anxiety, it's probably because you're stuck in the future and you're not good with the unknown or whatever. But if you can just be present, if you can stay in the present, that is where the magic happens. That's where you can create what you want. Don't worry about how it's actually going to happen. We're creating what you want right now. And we're getting crystal clear on that, so you can manifest it, so you can be inspired by it. So your why is big enough that when you get tempted, you're like, no way. Like, I'm getting the prize. I'm going for the gold. My daughter and I are doing something right now where we're going 75 days, eating healthy, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages of nonfiction. I think there's some other things too that we're doing. Oh, exercising twice a day. And we have to do it every day for 75 days. So but I have her as an accountability partner, and she has me. So it's really fun, but we're going day by day. But we created something that we want to do and have at the end of it. And so that makes it like, nope, I'm sticking to it. It's only 75 days. So like I said, for homework, post in the Facebook group is the Honor It All Wellness Facebook group. I want you to post your vision, whether you do it in an audio, video, write it down, or you want to create a vision board and post that, whatever you want. So like I said, think about what you want, not what your parents want, not what your family wants, what you want. And so most of you, I believe, came here for your health. And you're saying, well, Honor, all of what you're saying is really great, but how am I going to improve my health? I am going to tell you that all of these things, I'm going to give you all of these things. I'm going to give you all the things about nutrition and sleep and lifestyle and exercise. You're going to go away this week having all that. But if you don't have the right mindset, even if you get results, they're going to be temporary because you're going to revert back. So mindset is crucial, because that's where the lasting change, the lasting results, the real transformation happens. So I want that for you. I want that for all of us, because there's nothing, it's called insane. There's nothing more like insanity to keep continuing to be on this hamster wheel of losing weight, gaining it back, losing weight, gaining it back, think I'm doing the right thing and then not. It's exhausting. So I want you to take a deep breath. And one of the things that I do when I'm really tempted, first of all, I say, do I really want that? And if you do, you might really want that, piece of chocolate or whatever. Go drink a cup of water, because we're all dehydrated. We all need to drink more. And sometimes you're not really hungry, you're actually thirsty. So drink a cup of water, and I want you to take, or if you don't have water, take 5 deep breaths. Breath work might be the most underrated thing that people don't realize can change everything. It can, because normally, at least for me, when I want to reach for something, I'm a little anxious. It's that comfort thing. So that means that your body is going into the sympathetic nervous system if you're getting uptight or anxious about something. And what you want to do is you want to calm it down, go back to the parasympathetic. And so if you take 3 deep breaths, 5 deep breaths, and breathe deep in you can do box breathing, or there's so many different breath techniques, but breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then slowly breathe out for 4 seconds, and then hold again for 4 seconds. Always breathe in through your nose. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, or breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. But never breathe in through your mouth. It's always through your nose. It's just, it's better for your whole system. So I just want to encourage you, do not be a victim. And we become a victim when we start blaming people. And maybe they are in the wrong. But instead of blaming somebody, take responsibility and go and get curious. I wonder why they think that. I wonder why they're acting that way. I wonder, maybe they're struggling. And so how you take full responsibility is when you let go of judgment. You stop judging yourself, you stop judging others, and you stop judging your circumstances. And when you can not judge anyone, I mean, you are on your way to getting everything that you want. So you're getting curious, and then seeing change as opportunity. Not like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I get to do this. I get to do this. You get to choose to eat yummy food that's good from the earth and will feed your body. You get to go walk down the street. There's some people that have walkers, or they're paralyzed and they can't do that. So seeing the beauty in being able to have opportunity to live an amazing life. And sometimes it's hard because, like I said, we have those limiting beliefs and the unconscious beliefs from childhood about shame and blame, and we're not good enough. But that's okay, because we're shifting. And I wanted to tell you that don't ignore those feelings. Those feelings are important, and they're valid. They're valid because they happened. And when they happened, that was your way of coping. So maybe when you were young, you wanted your mom to read you a book, and she was busy because she was on the phone. Now, it could have been that she was on a really important phone call, but for some reason you internalized that she didn't like you, or she doesn't have time for you, or you're not important. That was your coping mechanism as a 4-year or a 5-year-old. And you're an adult now. And so you know that really isn't true, or that feeling of inadequacy or whatever it is that you thought that you brought all the way here to adulthood isn't really true anymore and it doesn't serve you. So it's all about, we're going to work through this week. We're going to let go of those things. And what you can do is feel those feelings, think about them, and go, thank you. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for giving me perspective and helping me cope with the situation that I was in when I was younger. But you know what? That is not true for me anymore. Those feelings do not serve me. So thank you, but I'm letting you go. And so, because if you keep it stuffed down inside you, it's not going anywhere. It's just more deep down inside of you. So if you feel those feelings, it's okay. Feel them. They want to come out. Let them go. And then that gives you an opportunity to really change. So, because you need to know this. If you believe you are the problem, then you have no hope in ever solving the problem. Why? Because the problem can't solve itself, right? The truth is, you're not the problem. The problem is always a choice. And the cool thing is you can choose to make a different choice. You every day, even if you make a bad choice today, you can choose tomorrow or the next minute to make a different choice. And so we can always change the situation that we're in just by the choices we make. That is powerful. And I'm going to help you make those choices, or at least direct you in the array of choices you have that will be best. And then you get to decide what's going to fit your life, what's going to work for your lifestyle, what resonates with you, and what's serving you and what's not serving you. So, and we're going to learn, you have got to get rid of shame. Literally, staying in shame is just going to keep you stuck and fat, sick, and sad and tired. We don't want that for you. So, you're going to feel your feelings. We're going to feel them and let them go. And we're going to work on creating that vision. And later in the week, I'm going to give you all the techniques that you need to literally tap out your emotions, be more present, and make the best choices for your health, for your wealth. It's going to help your waistline. It's going to help your health, your immunity, your sleep, your mindset. Everything can change. But today I talked about mindset, because mindset is going to set you up to where all the things we learn from today on will actually work, they'll stick, and there'll be real changes. So, thank you so much for being here, being part of this wellness workshop. I would love for you to comment below. I'm going to post the homework in the homework thread in the Facebook group. And so please fill that out. There's some really great prizes I'm going to give out at the end of the week for the people who participate. And if you have any questions, any comments, post them below and I will personally get back to each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Take care and God bless.